Hello, hi, how are you? I'm fine and I hope you are doing well. Today I am again here having a new class video session based on the concept of paraphrasing and explanation. Before we going into the detail, we must know the proper definition of explanation and paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing is all about? Paraphrase means to write in simple English. You can change the words, but you should not change the meaning. As far as my today topic is concerned, I have selected a piece of stanza taken from the poem Daffodils of class 9th. It is the first stanza you can see in your book. So in this stanza, it has 6 lines and it has a specific tone how it has been written. So in this poem you see in the first couplet, I wandered as a cloud. So here the simile, technical device, simile has been used. That floats high over the hill. When all at once I saw a crowd. In the third line, I saw a crowd. Crowd is a word which is almost used for human beings. And secondly, it means that group of people. Actually, in this stanza, the group of people are not going to be discussed, but only we are getting the idea of a group of something. What are these all about? These are group of daffodils. So here, the daffodils has been directly a name. Whenever directly a name is given to something, that is called metaphor. जिसे उर्दू में इस्तियारा कहा जाता है. A host of golden daffodils. A host is also a kind of a word which has been used for human beings. When guests come, so host receives, they hospitalize them, they treat them, entertain them. So this word is basically used for human beings. So this is kind of a personification, you can say. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, where were they? And fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Fluttering and dancing, moving like a human being, dancing like a human being. This is also a kind of personification. Personification means shakhsiyat nigari. When you give the human qualities to non-living thing, that is called personification. These are the story of all the technical devices. And as far as the rhyming scheme is concerned, so in this 1, 3, 2, 4, and you can also say the last one, cloud and crowd, hills and daffodils, trees and breeze. Here 1 and 2nd, 1 and 4, 2 and 4, 1 and 3rd, 2 and 4, and 5 and 6. These are the rhyming scheme. Why I have told you here? Because when you are paraphrasing, especially explanation when you are doing, you must know the technical devices. If you want to write a kind of a description about technical devices being used in the kind of stanza, so you should write it and you should discuss it as well. Now my main point is here today why I have selected why I have started this video. This video is basic motive to teach you that what is the difference between paraphrasing and explanation. As far as paraphrasing is concerned, it's very simple to understand and you can very easily write in own English. You can change the word, but you should not change the meaning. If I paraphrase it, how I would do it? Look, this stanza is comprised of 6 lines. Your paraphrasing should not be more than 7 to 8 lines. Keep in your mind, student. Don't go for the details. And the first one thing is very important, I would like to let you know, that is paraphrasing is always written in first form, whereas the explanation is written in third form. Keep in your mind, that's a very important. I am going to repeat it. The paraphrasing is always written in first form, whereas the explanation is always written in third form. I hope so you have got it what I said. Secondly, how to do the paraphrase? If I do it, I wandered, I went, I roamed about, okay, I took around aimlessly, okay, I took around as a cloud floats, high over the vales. High over the vales mean valley, okay, valley is the area which is covered by the hills, okay, and here you should not discuss about the technical devices. Keep in your mind when you are paraphrasing. You can use technical devices when you are explaining. So I wandered as a cloud, you should say I took around aimlessly as a cloud that is floating, that floats over the valleys, clear covered by the hills. At once or all of a sudden, you can change the word. All of a sudden, I found a group of daffodils, not crowd, group of daffodils, which was treating me, which was entertaining me, which was hospitalizing me. What is the group? Daffodils. Daffodils was hospitalizing me, and that were where they were growing beside the lake beneath the tree. That was the location. That were growing beside the lake and beneath the trees. That was the location they were growing and fluttering and dancing in the breeze. And these daffodils were so happy that they were moving lightly, fluttering, moving lightly and dancing in the slight wind, breeze, slight wind. So in this paraphrasing, student, I have told you that I have not changed the motive of the stanza, but I have depended upon some certain words which can let us know about the real objectivity of the paraphrase. Now come to the explanation. Explanation form. You should write, you can start your stanza, you can start your explanation like this. In this stanza, the poet William Wordsworth wants to beautify the environmental situation. He says that he was wandering, not I was, he was wandering as a cloud that were floating high over the kind of a valley covered by the hills. And when he found all of a sudden a group of daffodils which were looking like a host, meant to be a source of pleasure, and they were growing beside the lake and under the trees, and that was those daffodils were moving lightly and dancing in the breeze. When you finish the explanation, at the end you can write about the technical devices as well. In this stanza, the poet has used some certain technical figurative languages, that is metaphor, personification and simile. So this is the real story of the difference between paraphrasing and explanation. And one thing more, student, so you should not start your paraphrasing with in this stanza the poet says, because the marks can be deducted. Please try to avoid using in this stanza the poet says, especially in paraphrasing, but you can use in explanation. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope so you must have understood and got the real motive and point of the today video session. Thank you so much. Stay home safe, please. Daffodils.